Welcome! Today we're going to talk about this awesome 2020 Tesla Model Y long-range all-wheel drive. One awesome battery electric vehicle. And who would have thought back in right around 2020 when we first started taking delivery of the first Model Ys, back then we really didn't have any idea how successful it would be. But now today in September of 2023, the Model Y is now the best-selling vehicle in the world. As of September of 2023, not best-selling battery electric vehicle, best-selling vehicle in the world, beating out the Toyota Corolla. And as far as the United States goes, I think it's right now it's number 3 or number 4th best-selling vehicle in the United States, and not best-selling EV, but best-selling vehicle, nipping at the heels of you have the Chevy Silverado, the Ford F-Series, which also have a lot of commercial and fleet business to help inflate those production and delivery numbers. Not so much as the case for the Model Y, which is mostly consumers buying them. So it says a lot. A lot of people tell me, well, I'm waiting for battery technology to get there before I buy an EV. I just want to wait a few more years. Well, believe me, right now, if the Model Y is the best-selling car in the world and one of the best-selling cars in the United States, the technology is there. Fully charged, you have a range of about 300 miles. You have Tesla's amazing supercharging network. They just actually added some more superchargers near us in Tacoma. You can use these lightning bolts to find the fast charging. So the 1, 2, and 3, those are the levels of charging. So that's slow, medium, and this is your supercharging right there, the 3 lightning bolts. So you can see there's a lot pretty close to us. And it gives you a lot of information. That tells you how many superchargers are available. So at that location, there's only 2 available. That one, 5. And this one also tells you how much they charge. So at this Federal Way one, which is a very heavy use one, they're charging you 41 cents a kilowatt. Or in Tacoma, it's a little cheaper. It's 34 cents a kilowatt. So what you pay to supercharge can depend on the time of day, the energy rates, or how full it is, how much that one's used. So you can see it ranges all the way from 50 cents to 31 cents, depending on which one you go. So you can use that information if you're kind of a little bit miserly as far as how much you want to pay for supercharging. You can use that, obviously this system here, this screen, to figure out what's the cheapest way to go. Then Tesla has an amazing trip planner, which really takes the range anxiety of owning an EV. We have about 140 miles of range. So let's say if we want to go across the great state of Washington, Spokane, we don't have enough range to do it in one charge. I just put in the location, the navigation system, and the car will figure it out for me rather quickly. So I'll figure out where to charge for, how long to charge for. So I'm going to charge in North Bend for 25 minutes. Then I'm going to charge in Moses Lake for 20 minutes, and then I'll arrive in Spokane with 10% range. The way battery technology works, the fuller batteries get, the slower they charge. So that's why Tesla, on a road trip like that, they're not going to have you charge the full 80%, because as it gets fuller, it's going to take longer to charge. So it's better just to charge for 20 minutes and then charge it again at your next location. So it figures out the fastest, most efficient way to get to your location, and it'll always have your back as far as charging goes. And you can also set up for a round trip too. If you're going to go to a destination, you're not sure if you're going to charge there, you can also select the round trip option, so you can make sure that you have enough energy to make it to your destination and then back to your home where you can charge. Obviously, you'll have charging set up at your house when you have a Tesla. All right, so that was the trip planner with premium connectivity, which is $10 a month, well worth it. I have a Tesla. I do the premium connectivity. You have updated traffic. You have these illustrated maps, these real, obviously satellite maps without the premium connectivity. Or if you don't like it, you can also switch to the illustrated maps as well. So much to talk about. So the majority of the functionality is in this screen here, which I think is a good thing. Some people ridicule Tesla. Oh, you have to go through the screen and all these menus to operate the vehicle. There's pros and cons to that. I think one of the pros is that this screen is infinitely configurable. So Tesla is constantly updating it, improving the display, adding features. When things are tied to hard buttons, you can't update the functionality, you can't improve it. So even though this is a vehicle that's getting older, in a lot of ways it's getting better and it stays current. So even though this is a 2020, with the over-the-air updates, you still have a lot of the features that people get buying 2023 Model Ys. Not everything, but you get a lot of the same features with these amazing over-the-air updates. One awesome update was the blind spot cameras. This didn't have blind spot cameras when it first came out, but then one day it got an update. Now when you put the turn signals on, you have blind spot cameras. They're adding features, they're adding games. Over the course of the updates, we've seen the addition of Disney Plus, Twitch, TikTok. They're also constantly adding video games. You can use some of the video games. You can use the steering wheel and accelerator for the driving games to actually drive vehicles using the real steering wheel and brakes to drive video game cars. Pretty cool. You can also get a controller, like an Xbox style controller, which you can plug into one of these USB ports in there, and you can have an Xbox controller to play some of these games. And then some of the games, you can just, like some of these board games, you can just use your finger on the screen. Pretty cool stuff. Big panoramic roof panel. Tesla does not offer any opening sunroofs anymore in any of their vehicles. Sunroofs add weight, that open, they add complexity. Weight's your enemy in electric vehicles. And then it just seems like not too many people open their sunroofs to warrant having an option or putting it in their vehicles. Even though this is not the performance version of the Model Y, it's still really fast, 0 to 60 a little over 4 seconds. Top speed I think is 135 miles an hour. You have this big frunk right here, which is storage, also a safety feature. All that space to absorb crash energy in a frontal collision. In fact, the Model Y is, I think, still as of today, one of the safest, if not the safest, crossover SUV you can buy. One of the lowest rollover risks out of any crossover SUV on the road. When you roll over a vehicle, that greatly increases the chances of serious injury. So having a low rollover risk is a very big safety issue for vehicles. But because of the weight of the batteries is so low, it's like an anchor, it's like a keel that keeps the vehicle planted to the ground. It makes it very hard to roll over. And if it does happen to roll over, the weight of the batteries will just flop it right back on its wheels. Lots of space back here. Of course, you can fold down the seats. Since this is not a conventional gas car, you're not hampered by conventional gas car design, so you generally have more space. Normally there'd be an exhaust system or a gas tank here. Since this is an EV, you have more storage. You also have a little bit extra storage into there. It looks like Detail forgot to clean that part. Storage in there, and then storage on that side. So the frunk, you have a ton of storage, and you can fold down the seats too. Actually, when you fold down the seats, well, let's go ahead and do that. You have a lot of space. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I'm 6'2", and I could comfortably sleep back here, I think. And that also is another segue. This has a camp mode. So you put the camp mode on. It allows you to operate the climate control system. You can watch Netflix, all that stuff, without having to, utilize other vital systems in the vehicle, like have, this power steering and other things activated that you need when the vehicle's driving. So camp mode's pretty cool too. Well, there you have it. One beautiful example of a 2020 Model Y. Beautiful color combination. We have a complimentary delivery to Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. We can put this in our car hauler. We can tow it to you. So for our mobile delivery service, this beautiful Y can be all yours without leaving your neighborhood or your driveway. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.